So Rupert shares this idea that goes against how we usually think about life and death. Normally, we see ourselves as separate, individual people in this material world, right? But what if that's just a tiny piece of a bigger picture? Maybe imagine it like this. What if life isn't something you have, and death isn't something that takes it away? Instead, consciousness, the awareness that's behind all of this, is universal. It's never really born, and it never actually ends. There's this moment when a girl talks with Rupert about her father who passed away suddenly, and she brings up a deep, very real question that I think we all wonder about at some point. When does consciousness, or awareness, shift from one form to another? Rupert describes it like this. What if birth and death are just consciousness putting on or taking off a kind of VR headset to experience life as we know it? It's as if we're stepping in and out of this immersive experience called human life. So let's pause here and think about that. Imagine if you could just set aside everything, your body, your thoughts, emotions, even the idea of you as a person. What would still be there? Rupert's saying that's our truest self. It's this consciousness that doesn't depend on our physical form and isn't limited by birth or death. For example, think back to a dream you've had. When you're in it, you feel like you're a real person in a real world, right? But when you wake up, you realize that every part of that dream, the people, the places, the things, was all created by your mind. Rupert uses this as a metaphor for life itself. Consciousness creates a character and a world whenever it localizes, but everything, like a vast dream, is still within that universal consciousness. Rupert has this beautiful way of explaining it, where each of us is like a wave in the ocean. A wave rises, forms, and then falls back, but it was never separate from the ocean itself. Just like a wave is always water, consciousness is always itself, whether it's in human form or not. Rupert explains that the essence of who we are is timeless, untouched by death, because our true self, the consciousness that's aware, isn't something that comes and goes. For me, what stands out the most is how Rupert's insights help us see life and death without that gripping fear. When we understand that our truest self is never born and never dies, there's this deep sense of peace that opens up. Imagine living with that kind of freedom, not having to worry about losing yourself, because in the truest sense, you're eternal. Now, picture how it would feel to go through each day knowing that, at your core, you're connected to this timeless, universal consciousness. How would that shift the way you face life's ups and downs, or the fear of loss? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And if Rupert's perspective resonates, don't forget to subscribe to Wisdom Nuggets for more insights.